Hi, everyone. I'm Claudia.
And I'm Luciana.
And this is Where We Land, a podcast about immigrating and multicultural identity.
Before we begin, don't forget to send us your questions, opinions, or stories about moving to the U.S. by writing to us at wherewelandpod@gmail.com. Okay, so what are we chatting about today?
Okay, so today we are talking about spending the holidays abroad.
Mm-hmm.
So as immigrants living in the U.S., you and I try to get back to Peru for the holidays so we can spend them with family. But of course, that isn't always possible.
Mm-hmm.
So how was that? How was it different?
Yeah, so the first time that I spent a holiday abroad ever was the first holiday I spent with my new husband and his family. So we had just gotten married. I'd always been fortunate enough to go home for the holidays. And we got married November. So that December, that Christmas, I spent it with his family. And it was like a big change because obviously, you're just a new husband. It was the first time ever spending holidays with the family. And they're Jewish, but they do celebrate Christmas. So, that's things looked a little different for sure.
Right.
I think that something that's really important to know is while him and I have always alternated 1 year with the Peruvian family, 1 year with the American, with his family, 1 year with ours, 1 year with his. That first year was with his family because it just happened to work out. I was transitioning from a student visa to now a permanent resident because we had just gotten married. So I was adjusting the status. So I couldn't leave the country. So kind of the decision was made. So I think that kind of played a little role too, because maybe we would have spent it with his family anyway, but it was I can't go to Peru anyway. So that also, I think that might whether you have free will in the decision or not, I think plays a role. But yeah, I mean, it was lovely. It was really nice and kind of a way to start this new rest of our lives, kind of what the holidays are going to look like moving forward. But it was different. Every family has their own traditions and customs. A big one is that in Peru, we do the gift exchange on the 24th. Christmas dinner is on Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
On the 24th, we wait till midnight and we open presents.
Yeah.
In the U.S., it is typically, the 24th is kind of just Christmas Eve. And while you're with family, you're not necessarily doing something huge for it. The main day is Christmas morning on the 25th. You open presents and then you have a big Christmas meal on the 25th. So that was a little different, but it was really lovely. And now I'm really used to and I love having both. We get to do Peru 1 year, like I said, the West Coast with his family the other year. And it's really fun.
Did the not being able to decide where you spent your Christmas make you a bit sad? Or no? Or was it just a different feel? Or was it were you bummed out that you couldn't spend Christmas with your family? Were you bummed out because you didn't get to decide it? Or were you more oh, okay, I guess we're spending Christmas with his family, but that's also exciting?
I don't think I was bummed that oh my gosh, I can't go to Peru or oh my gosh, I couldn't decide. I don't think it was any of that. I think it was just when you do something that you've done all of your life a certain way and you do it differently, you are certainly going to miss the aspects that aren't the same. So in the moment, I kind of missed but we didn't wait till midnight or, we kind of just gifts exchange. I think this is a very common thing. The way you exchange gifts or open gifts, some families do. One person, I was just talking about this with a colleague. One person opens the gift. Everybody's kind of looking at that. They say oh, this, that. Then the next person's turn. We don't do it that way. Our family, the Valdiviezos, do not do it that way. We kind of just all open it at the same time. Also, we are 1,000 people. So why would we,
wait?
So everybody kind of just opens it at the same time. There's pros and cons to that. But that's just the way we've done it. And then his family does not do it that way. It's kind of one by one. So it's also different, And you're I like that I get to experience both ways now.
Yeah.
How about you? I thought you had always also gone home for the holidays.
I've always gone home for the holidays, except for 2 Christmases, which, hello, I spent them with you. Except we did do Christmas abroad with the family. Like, they came over, and we spent it at your house.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, but I guess that's with our family. So I guess
Yeah.
like, location really doesn't matter to me if we're really like in Peru or in DC or in New York, wherever, as long as like it's the Valdiviezos.
Yeah. It was
Right?
Christmas. That was, I think, like our first Christmas abroad as a family. Like, where we didn't all go to Peru, but we all went somewhere else for Christmas.
Us as adults, yes, because as young children, we did a couple in California. We
lived in the States. Yeah,
we did one in California though, in all of our time.
Yes, but I remember the one where we all went to your house for Christmas. It felt very normal because, yes, the entire family made it. Like, no one was missing and no Valdiviezo was missing. But it was a little different. There were things that we did. We didn't do it exactly how we would do it if we were in Peru. But it was still like, and also it was like freezing cold and maybe people could get COVID. We weren't sure. Remember, it was that year?
It was that year. It was post-vaccine, but still like.
But still COVID-y.
Yeah.
So there was a lot. So it wasn't a normal Christmas. I remember that. I remember feeling like, oh, we're doing it different this year, you know? But then the one that I've had, the Christmases that I spent that were the most different, I'd say, were the ones that I spent with your husband's family, because it was very much like not my family. It was you. And it was your husband's family. So it wasn't really my family. Like, I love them. I adore them. We're super close. But like,
right.
They're not my family. So I was like invading someone's Christmas, you know? I was like invading this other family's Christmas. Now it's hilarious because now I feel like, am I the 4th daughter? Like, am I going every holiday season? Like, what's going on? But at the very first time that I went, I was very much like, okay, I'm just going to be very alert to see how Christmas is done here. Because I have no, and I kind of asked you a little bit about it, but you don't know how everyone is going to do Christmas, you know? Do I have to wake up really early to open presents? Are we going to do it at night? Are we going to do, when's the food? What is the big meal? When is the big meal coming? When is the big?
And then it's like, surprise, there are big meals every night.
Oh my gosh, every single meal is a big meal. Every single meal.
Yeah. And the present opening is quite different. Like, I bet this is like among the listeners something that is totally a thing. Like, I think we will probably hear 2 sides of like, no, we take turns. What are you, savages? And like, no, of course we don't take turns. It's a free fall. Everybody opens at the same time. I think there are 2 camps on that. And if there's a third one, I'd love to hear about it because well, actually, now that in our, like, when we've talked about traveling to other places that aren't like our home for Christmas and we have to think about suitcases and weight and items, we've said like the kids, we can get presents for the kids, but like we're trying to do Secret Santa with the adults, which I think is like better, honestly. Like let's just, like, everyone knows that there's so much gift shopping to do over the holidays. So if like we can just like minimize and just like pick a really good one and a thoughtful one, which I'm all about. I'm all about like putting more thought into like one gift instead of like having to sort a million gifts that I don't even know what I'm getting so-and-so.
Yeah,
you know?
Especially like in a family of our size. We're talking like what, 9, 10 adults? Like, no, I don't need 10 gifts. I don't want to buy 10 gifts. Like, no one wants to pack 10 gifts in a suitcase and then to return. Like, what are we doing?
Plus the kids' gifts, which is like
which are all bulky
layer.
and chunky. Yeah. So I really liked if we're gonna be abroad, if we're doing Destination Christmas, let's do the Secret Santa, please.
What was like the most surprising element about when you spent Christmas in the U.S. with like my husband's family, not with our family?
That the 2 Christmases that I spent with your husband's family, what surprised me the most was that it was very easy to fit in. Because I'm surprising myself by this information, but I've crashed very intimate family events multiple times with different people.
Okay, yes, I see what you're saying. Like I've been to like a friend's baptism of their niece here, or someone's like Thanksgiving here, or that has felt.
I've been invited to spend Father's Days with friends' families. I've been invited to like just very intimate after like I've gone to I've had friends whose parents have passed away and I've been to their funerals, and then I've been with the family. Like I spent
for their service or something.
Yes, I spent very intimate moments with other people's families, and which were just like me, all family and me. Like I've been that person several times in different occasions, and I always go, and you're a guest, you're on your best behavior, and you're there. You're auxiliary to the situation in the sense that like this is clearly a family moment. Like Christmas is a family event, and they're including you, but it's a family event, and you're joining their Christmas, or what Father's Day is a family event, and you're been invited to participate, but it's their, you're going to follow their rules and their traditions and whatever. And so in that sense, you're very aware of that position. But with your husband's family, I was surprised at how easily that, like, I didn't have to stay on that behavior. Like, how quickly I could switch into just like, oh, we're all just, okay, this is great.
Right.
How comfortable and how easy it was to, like, not have to carry myself that way. Whereas in other situations, you do have to continue to carry yourself your way and be mindful because you don't know, and respectful because there's grandparents and this, and you have to be respectful and nice and aware of everyone. But yeah, with your husband's family, it was just very easy to right away be like, am I a part of the family?
I'm so glad to hear that, especially because you're joining us for Thanksgiving. Like now,
I mean, I've told you, I am this close to like pinching cheeks, man. Like people are gonna get scared. Yeah, but yeah, that was very surprising and very fun.
Yeah, I do love like having experienced both, and I'm thinking both in like the Peruvian Christmas, which is in the summer, right? Like summer's kicking off. It's hot. It often involves us going to the beach, versus it's cold here. Like everything's like lit up and Christmassy, and like I do love having both. Like I really do get like excited about like the hot summer beach Christmas. And then I also do get excited about like doing all the Christmas things. Like I almost, when we're like this year that we're not doing it here, this is a Valdiviezo year, I'm like trying to squeeze in like, oh, let's go look at the Christmas trees, or let's do like holiday things like in the first weeks of December before we are out and about to warm weather,
If I'm totally honest, I am a warm weather Christmas girl. If I could do warm weather every single year for Christmas, I would like take me to a beach and let's put up a fake Christmas tree. Let's get this going, because that is my preferred method of Christmas.
Give me a marg, not an eggnog.
Yes, 100%. And we can do, it's going to be at night. We're going to have the twinkly lights. We're going to have the fake tree. We're going to do the presents, and we're going to dress up, and it's going to be great. But Christmas morning, the 25th, I want to be on a beach. Because I just, I don't, me, I can't do the cold.
That's true.
I
That's
can't do
true.
the cold.
You can't.
It gets me. I get sick. I like, maybe maybe I make it through Christmas with like my health intact, but by the 27th, I'm sneezing, I'm coughing, I need to be put to bed.
Yeah.
Like, it's not great.
And I do think that a big element of that being home for you, like for me, I'm very much blending my home life to two realities. American Christmas reality, a Peruvian Christmas reality, and just both have to coexist in my family. And I wonder, like for you, like that's very much not it. When you've spent it with my husband's family, it's been because, like you were either waiting on like, a green card or something to be able to like leave adjusting status or something. Yeah. Now you're all done with that. So that's over. And that is something that a lot of immigrants like will maybe have to face, or like sometimes like you get a new job and like you just don't have the time off, or like you have a big deadline that is through the holidays and or it's so freaking expensive to travel in the holidays. So you just can't. And I think it's kind of making this new home family life reality, whatever it is, to the new place where you're in, where you kind of embrace more than you think.
Yeah. But listen, my situation right now is that I can, thank goodness, make it to Christmas, like wherever it is. I can hit the beach if I want to. If my family's there, that's fine. But the universe is, he's a mean little bastard, and I will probably marry a Bostonian that will make me go up, freeze my ass every other Christmas.
Someone
you know?
that's like, I love to ski during Christmas. I want to go and
God.
sit in the cold.
If skiing can miss me my entire life, I will be so happy. Like it can miss me. You know what I mean?
It's so fun.
Ah,
You're like hard pass.
like
Yeah.
not as like a yearly tradition or every other year tradition. Like take me once, I'll sit out, get a hot toddy, I'll watch the skiers go by from the little cabin. You know what I mean?
You were like, I will not partake. I will not partake.
No, I don't need a hip injury. I don't need a premature hip injury. Like, come on.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's my take. Respect to everyone and love and light to everyone who skis. I will not partake. How about spending the holidays abroad and without family? I know none of us, like, we haven't ever had to do that.
Yeah.
But if you did, what do you think you'd do?
I mean, I think I just like knowing myself, I think I would have been like really proactive in trying to source any friends that I have. Like, I'm assuming this is happening in a place where I've spent a bit of time. So I hopefully have a network of people. And if it's not, like, say I arrive somewhere in November and, you know, I don't, I think I would just try to like find ways to like build community or like, thank God for technology here today, like Zoom, but also would want to like cook food that reminds me of home, like make it as close to like my traditions as possible, you know?
Right.
I mean, that's like gut instinct, what I would do. There is also this like idea of just like, I mean, I don't know, like just ignore it, just it's a regular day. And to me, that is a little bit of like, that's kind of sad. Like I would want to do something, you know?
I mean, I think you have the right idea. I think I would for sure like find a friend in the same boat. Like if you're an immigrant, most likely have immigrant friends and someone staying back, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, every year, that's the question around the holidays with immigrant friends. It's always like, oh, so who's going back home? Who's going back home? Who's staying? Who's going back home? You know? And there's always at least a few that stay and they might have family coming over or not, but like talk to them and say, hey, I'm staying. I have no plans. What are you doing for Christmas? And get something together. Or the other thing I thought about was like maybe you could do some like countercultural programming and be like hit up Jewish friends and be like, could you guys please be with me on the 24th and 25th? Because I know this means nothing to you, but I'm alone.
Their Jewish Christmas, which I think is often like Chinese food in the movies. Like I know so many friends that do the Chinese food in the movies.
Yeah.
Or like Chinese food and like, you know, they order in and they watch and they're like, this is so fun. This is how we do Christmas and we love it. Like it's their tradition. I think it would have been like kind of a challenge if, you know, your spouse is of another religion and they just kind of like, oh, don't care. Sure, we can do Christmas if that's important to you. But someone who's like, no, I really don't want to do it. And then you have to really make that compromise. That would be hard.
I mean, I think if you state that it's like super important to you, they'll join.
That's part of the negotiation.
Part of the negotiations, yeah. I mean, I think you have to stick up for Christmas if you want Christmas. You know?
Luckily, did not have to do that, but for sure. What about? I mean, so okay, we're talking about Christmas and the holidays because it's that time of the year. But what about like other stuff? Because I'm thinking of like Peruvian Independence Day, which has been a holiday that I've wanted to like mark or acknowledge.
It's a big one.
Way. It's a big one. July 28th. So I've done I've had a pisco sour or we've gotten Peruvian food or, you know, we've done something, not every year, to be honest, but when I remember when I'm feeling more patriotic, we'll do something to like give it a nod, you know? That's kind of important too. Like there are other holidays, if you're an immigrant and you're living here, that aren't acknowledged here.
Yeah.
So I think you kind of have to like make sure that if you don't make something of it, no one will.
Yes. That's very true. And you know what? I think I've been really good at being the one who decides if something is special or not and just like making it happen. Like, I think I'm very good at that. I'm very good at like starting fake traditions for myself or like for myself and my friends. Like I literally have a group of guy friends that I have single-handedly forced into taking a wacky Christmas picture with hats and decorations that I buy every year.
Yeah, I do remember this. I wish we had a photo to like show people.
No, we'll not be doing that.
And like, I would love for you in like, I don't know, when you guys are all 90 to have like, you know, photo.
Oh, we will. We will have like our wacky Christmas hats on and we will take a photo. Like every year we're together. And sometimes we don't all get together. Sometimes just some of us make it. But every year, whoever makes it, we take the picture. It's
I think we need
to
see them in the edit. Maybe we add them in the edit.
No, I respect privacy. And also my own embarrassment. But yeah, so like I am very good at that, at deciding like, no, this is going to be special. This is going to be a thing. I'm going to make it a thing. But also I'm really good at deciding something isn't special and it's just another day.
Yeah.
Like, for instance, like I mentioned like spending Father's Day with like friends or whatever.
Yeah.
I remember like, because most of my adult life I've spent at a different city than my parents, Father's Day and Mother's Day to me was very much like, oh, it's special if we're in the same city. If we're not in the same city, like this year, Mother's Day, I send my mom flowers. I call her,
no, like if you're not
it's
with,
not a big deal.
If you're not with the parent, I mean, how can you really celebrate? Because it's about celebrating them.
Yeah, but I think because I did that from such a young age, because I left for college when I was 17. So I moved away at 17 and I've been operating like that since. That like, I remember when Dad passed away, friends were like on Father's Day would like reach out and call and invite me to their Father's Days with their parents. And I was like, guys, it's just another day for me. And I know personally, I know people that are like, after they lost their dad, Father's Day became a really rough holiday for them. And I was like, can't relate. Like for me, it's just another Sunday.
Yeah. Huh.
And it's, and like, if you decide that that's a special day for you and you want to honor your dad, great. To me, that's not the day of the year that I'm like, oh, my dad who passed, let's honor him. It's just not, to me, honestly, Father's Day is, I don't have a husband. I don't have children. Like, Father's Day to me is just, I don't have a grandparent who's living or a father who's living. So I'm like, Father's Day is just another Sunday, guys. I'm good.
You know, I do remember between the time that father passed till the time that my husband became a father, there was a good chunk of time in there, like 10 years or 8 years. Anyway, and yeah, I don't think I thought about Father's Day. And I don't think that day made me miss our father especially. Right? I think there are other days where I missed him more or would acknowledge him or celebrate him more. So I do, and I totally understand people having a different, you know, maybe that was a bigger day to them, but like, yeah, there had been many Father's Days where our father was living where we did not spend it with him.
Yeah.
The anniversary of his passing for me is a day with bigger emotional charge. And I have
for me, it's his birthday.
His birthday, too. His birthday and the day of his passing. I think those are probably like the two big days where it's not like other days you don't think about them. For sure you do. But those days you kind of like take a moment, at least I do, to do something. And I think
I pour one out.
I pour one out. I think it's taken me time to figure out exactly how I want to mark or give a special nod to the occasion. I actually did like this Jewish tradition, I believe. Like, don't quote me on this, but my husband alleges, like, there's these Jewish candles that you can like light up and they last like 24 hours. So you just light them and you think about them while you light them and you have like a moment of silence. And then we like pour one out like for him because, you know, a beer, which I never drink beer, but he liked beer.
He liked it.
Like a beer, or, you know, and talk about him, especially now that I have children, small children that I'm trying to talk about them. Oh yeah. Like this year I told my son a joke that our father, a riddle that he would often tell us, and he learned it. And so he was repeating it to me and like we were chatting about him. And that was fun. And that was like a fun 30-minute thing and it felt right. But that wasn't like year one after the passing or like it took time to build like, what do I want to spend time doing? Some people go to the cemetery. Some people go, you know, that is what I found. And you can kind of do that anywhere. in the
Yeah,
world.
I think it does take time. I think, especially because we were young when it happened. So
I feel like this merits its own grief episode coming soon to the listener when you've
coming
like
soon, guys.
lost someone abroad. But I feel that it is on like the topic of holiday and being away and apart from people that you love on special days.
Yeah, for sure it is. Yeah. In that sense, I feel like this is another weird thing, but I think I have, because a friend told me this once. She was like, it's so weird how you like can make it a thing or not a thing. And she was talking about my birthday because ever since I can remember, for me, my birthday has always been dependent on my mood. Like if that year, like there's been years where I'm like, gotta celebrate, gotta go hard, I'm going big. And then there's been years where I'm like, I don't really feel like celebrating this year. And I just didn't celebrate. And like, yeah, I think we would go like to dinner with like my parents or whatever. But like, I just didn't celebrate because I just did. Or there's been even years where I'm like, I did a girls trip a couple of years where we would go to like Mancora to a beach somewhere because it was a long weekend.
Right.
I remember. And it was like, so we would go but it wasn't my birthday trip. It was just a long weekend. So we planned and my friends were like, oh my gosh, Claudia, it falls on your birthday. And I'm like, oh yeah. And they're like, oh, we can celebrate. And I was like, yeah. That night whatever.
We'll
but
toast.
Like,
yeah.
It's not my birthday. I'm not doing this to celebrate my birthday. That's not the thing.
Right.
And I remember a friend on one of those trips telling me like, she's like, it's so weird how you like decide if it's your birthday or not. Like you just decide. And I'm like, no, I just decide if I want to celebrate or not. And she's like, yeah, and she found it very weird. And I was like, it's just a date. If I decide I
feel like there's a lot of people on that camp though, like whatever, it's just a date. And then you have the extreme of people that are like, it's a birthday month. You have these too, right?
Yeah.
Where it's like, actually, no, like my, a friend of mine is like, doesn't even want to tell people when it is. Like he's the extreme. Like doesn't like just wants it to be so not a deal. Like I don't think I can even text him like happy birthday or like I can.
If you found out,
but
when
like he might not respond. Like he might respond like he's like thank you, but like really, like I just don't understand why he just has such an issue with it. But like doesn't. So there's that, and then there's birthday month. And like these two, and the rest of us are just like living in here.
Yeah. In the in between. Yeah. No, but I like that ability to decide of like when I want to, it happens. When I don't want to, it happens. I think sometimes it's actually been really helpful. Like I think if I were
you mean to translate to other dates,
to holidays and stuff
holidays.
I think if I were like stuck somewhere by myself. Trapped in like a hurricane watch, whatever, no flights leaving, can't make it home for Christmas, you know?
Yeah.
I think I'd be okay in the sense that I'd be like, okay, it's a bummer, but it's just another day. I think I'll be fine. Like, what are the locals doing? Let's do that.
Yeah.
Especially even if it's not like that last minute of an emergency, like if I have time in advance, I can really make my brain go like, if it's like October and we're like, so what are the plans for the holidays? And you guys are like, oh, can't make it. And I'm like, okay, cool. I guess it's just me. All right. Then I'd plan like something and I think I'd be fine. I think my mind would be like, it's just another.
The holiday I kind of just like, meh, to me is New Year's.
Is it a holiday?
I mean, I think, well, in Peru, I think people really do like, boom, go all out. And I think in some places here too, it's like, can be like, what, and it's just, when I was younger, it felt like more of like, maybe it was probably like an excuse to party, but certainly in the last few years, doesn't feel like a thing.
For me, New Year's is one of those holidays where it's like, we're not really celebrating anything.
Right.
Like there's no reason for the holiday. Like it's like in Peru we have these holidays which are like the battle of whatever, which some battle we won or lost, I don't even know. So we have those kind of holidays where you're not really celebrating a big thing. So it's like for New Year's the meaning behind it isn't there. It's just like, oh, it's a new year.
Yeah. It's like
all right. So for me I just take it as like vacation. Like for me, New Year's just means how do you want to spend this vacation?
Yeah.
There's no ritual behind it. There's nothing I can. And I know I will have a fun time as long
We've
as I'm
done
like...
some of the rituals, like eating the grapes and throwing the lentils and stuff, but like it's more of just like joining the mood or the crowd in the moment.
That's more like this vacation.
Wearing
that's
yellow
what we're doing.
underwear for happiness in the new year.
Or red underwear. My mom stuck in that red underwear. You know she did. She would buy it for me. She would buy the red underwear so I could find
in Peru,
love.
My mom would say that our mother was a firm believer that if you wore red underwear on December 31st, you would find love in the new year. And if you wear yellow underwear, you will have happiness. So that's what we were rocking multiple years. If we see her, she will totally
She will buy us the underwear. Yeah, and give it to us. I said, here, wear it on the 31st. Don't forget.
There you
You're
go.
Like, damn, okay. Yeah. I've had a friend of mine, Choni, spent a New Year's with me where we were on a trip. I don't even remember which of our trips on New Year's, but she saw me put on red underwear on the 31st. And I'm like, don't say anything. My mom bought it for me. She makes me do this. And Choni was like, I want to buy myself. And I'm like, and I told her, no, my mom's whole thing is that it has to be gifted to you.
Right.
You can't buy your own red underwear to wear the 31st. It has to be gifted to you. That's why my mom gifts it to me. And Tony's like, can you give me red underwear? And I'm like, I'll gift you red underwear. Spending the holidays in a foreign country away from family can be tough. So this episode goes out to all the immigrants out there who are far from home this holiday season. And we hope that listening to our silly little nonsense stories made you feel a little less alone. So happy holidays to all of you.
Happy holidays. Thank you guys for listening.
Okay, now it's time for Culture Clash Flashback. This is a culture clash that we have personally experienced, and I want to talk about the culture clash of queuing culture.
Oh,
like forming lines. So growing up between the US and Peru, the queuing culture that I grew up with was in the US, you make lines if you have to.
Yeah.
Like, or if you decide it's worth it. Like, if you have to, we're talking DMV, we're talking TSA.
Passport, renewal,
exactly.
Airport.
Or you make lines when you think the juice is worth the squeeze. Like, I'm in Disneyland, gotta get on this ride. It's 3.5 hours, let's go. You know? And you're like, for me, it's worth it. Or like there's a merch drop somewhere. There's a
sample
restaurant
sale
you think is worth it. A sample sale. It's exactly, right? We're all making lines for stuff that we think is important or where we have no choice.
A COVID vaccine.
Exactly. In Peru, queuing culture is very different. In Peru, you walk into an establishment and you see a long ass line. Don't get on it. You got to find someone that works there and you got to ask them, sir, I need XYZ. Do I need to get in that line? Yes or no? And half of the time, the dude is going to look at you and say, oh, no, ma'am, you don't. You need to go to the second floor. You need to talk to Patty. And you're like, thank God I asked you. Going to the second floor, talking to Patty. Because I'm telling you, there's long-ass lines everywhere. And half the time, they're not for you. Half the time, they're just not for you.
Half of the time, people don't even know what they're for. Like, you ask.
I can't do anything about that, you know?
I know. But, like, I think Peruvians, like, love to make lines. So, like, there was, when I worked at this company, we, like, knew this. Like, Peruvian, like, there's just, like, this, oh, there's a line, I should get on it. And so, like, we often was, like, or we're trying to, we had stores, this company I worked for had stores, and we had to say, like, so the workers would go up to me, it was like, why are you in line? And they're like, I don't know. And I'm like, okay, what do you need? And they're like, this. You don't need to make a line, like, to get people out. Because if we wanted to get people out of the stores as quick as possible.
Yeah.
And they're like, no, I don't. What's this line for? They're like missing. There's like FOMO. Like, I'm not in the line, so I'm going to miss out. I'm like, they're here because there's
a long line. It must be worth it because it's long. Yeah, I don't understand that mentality. But in Peru is where I was taught, you see a line?
There must be studies on this, for sure.
Just ask, don't get in the line. In Peru taught me to not get in lines.
Yeah.
Right? And the US taught me get in lines only when you have to or when you really want to.
Yeah.
And then I go to London.
Mm-hmm.
And I walk into establishments and there's one long ass line. And I'm like, let me find someone that works here. My Peruvian came out. I'm like, let me find someone that works here and ask because maybe it's not for me. Maybe this line is not for me. So I go, find someone that works there. Ask the lady, hi, I need XYZ. Do I need to get in that line? And she very politely tells me that, yes, in fact, I do need to get into that line. But the undertone when she spoke to me was that, like, are you stupid? Right. It's the only thing with people is that line. Of course you need to get, like, that's all there is that line. Just get in line. What are you talking about? Everyone you asked would be a little mad that you didn't get it. Like, of course you need to get in line.
I mean, I think they were also probably like, is she trying to cut? Is she trying to cut? I don't know.
They were like, this is also, London is incredibly efficient, and there is always only one line for everything. Like, they don't care what you're here to do.
I bet it moves fast.
They don't care what you're here to do. You're like, get in that line. There's one line. There isn't 4. There isn't 3. There isn't the second floor patty. There's just this one line. Get in it, bitch. Stop asking. Can't you use your eyes? There's one line. No one is sitting around. There's no one else. There's just people in a line. Get in the line. And so I felt very
this is the PSA to get in line. Get in line.
So London was like, get in line. And after like 5 months straight in London, I go back to Peru. I walk into an establishment and I get in the fucking line.
Oh no.
5 minutes later, I'm like, what am I doing? I should have asked. Let me real quick go ask. I went to go ask. Didn't need to be in that line. Did not need to be in that line. I'm like, gosh, I need to like change the chip quicker, you know?
Okay, lastly, it's our current faves. This is where we share our favorite piece of culture, Peruvian or American, that we're really into right now. And mine is, I feel like this is really universal, although I think it like took stride here in the US, but for sure we do it in Peru. I am loving Girls' Night. In the US, it's been a thing. We've seen it on movies, we've seen it on TV shows. And thank God, because I think that like we've all copied it and implemented it into our lives. In Peru, it for sure started when we were in college, right? That was a thing that we were doing like with like friends and then with coworkers. But I think it was a bit more old-fashioned when our mother was young, right? It was like called panderos, right? Like they were like...
okay. Well, I feel like panderos are like a subgenre of subgenre. They're very specific.
Yes, panderos, but like, let's get into it. Panderos are basically this meeting. We tried, a Peruvian friend and I tried to explain it the other day to
oh my God, good luck, girl.
I know. So it's like women gatherings where you like, I guess like where you chip in, like you put like, say you put $20 a month, and that goes to like hosting and also like extra cash for the person that's organizing it, right? Kind of like that.
Like thank you for organizing.
Thank you for organizing. And you pay this fee monthly, and then 1 month it's your turn to do it, and the next month it's someone else. So it is like more of a social excuse to just hang out. But this is a structured thing. There are limited set of people that can be in the group, because it's like
not anyone. It's not open to everyone to join.
No. It's like, oh, we're gonna start a little pandero, and it's gonna be us and 10 friends, and that's it. It's capped at 12 people. We have to pay $50 a month, $20 a month, whatever it is. And it's organized at someone's house, and it's set on this date, second Saturday of every month, and let's go.
And when it's your month, you get to choose the catering. You get to choose however you want to do it. And you can do it like choose to do special, like, oh, I'm going to do Mexican food with girls. I'm going to do this. Like, you get to choose what you do with that money to host everyone.
And it's very structured, but they are a hoot. They are a hoot. It is very much a thing that you want to be a part of. You want to be invited to be in multiple panderos.
Yeah. There's no husband, there's no children, there's nothing. It's just Girls Gone Wild. And people are like, you have your pandero with the girls from over here, and it's 10 people. You have another one that's only 7 people. You have one over there where there's 15 people.
Yeah. You have big ones, you have small ones. It's a whole thing in Peru that we heard.
It keeps the social structure of Peru alive. Like, it keeps
so
things
many
going
things
and
get
moving.
Planned. Can you imagine the hot goss that everything? So we grew up hearing about this from our mother, and our friends.
We grew up seeing our mom go to her panderos,
host them, and all of that. Very much like not the way that Girls' Night happens here, but it's something that I'm really into right now, because I've had a bunch lately. I've just had like some with like school moms and like other friends, and they are so fun. Girl time is so fun. And I think that there's, obviously it looks very different at different moments of life, but I'm just like really into it right now. There is just so fun to just relax in that way with women. And what I love about it is that, like, you know, maybe when you order that first drink, you're like, hi, how's everyone's doing? Good, you look so cute. And then 2 seconds in, you are in deep. Like, you are talking about the deepest.
Someone is telling you about her problematic child, and you're like, oh my God, what are we going to do about this kid, guys?
Or like just like their latest hormone issues, or like whatever is going on. And it's like, we're not talking about TV shows. Like, sure, we may have 2 minutes of that, but it is deep. It is like,
no, the TV show is an excuse to talk about something else. You know what I'm saying?
What is the personal deep stuff that you're going through right now? It is vulnerable and intentional and just very deep and fun because you're drinking a lot and you're just like, there might be some, you know,
the more we
great.
Drink, the deeper we get.
Oh, yeah.
Because, you know, you get less shy about asking the follow-up questions.
Yes.
You know, so maybe I shared something about like, oh, my marriage, I'm having issues with XYZ. And the first go around, we were on the first drink, so girls were kind of respectful. But then third drink, they're like, so Claudia, what you said about your husband?
Right. I have a
Let's
friend that's so-and-so. Yeah. And then you're in. And, you know, yeah. And it's like, and no one wants to call it. Like, let's like another bottle. Let's go. Like,
let's go. Let's go.
Until someone makes the wise decision to like, ladies, let's call it. And thank God.
Usually it's someone's, like, when I've been to, because I've been to a couple, when I'm in Peru, I've joined my sister's different panderos sometimes.
Right.
And usually what happens is always like someone's husband starts calling.
Like, where are
like, or texting, like, so I thought you said you were going to be back by like X time. Yeah. I've seen that happen before. The husbands start calling, start getting worried.
So whatever it looks like, girls' night are a blast anywhere in the world. So fun. Love that we could do them. Guys, you should do them more because I think
guys should do panderos. Panderos for the men. Let's go.
Panderos for the men.
You know what their panderos are? Fantasy football.
Yeah, or going to see a game. Look, I'm just talking about like deep conversation with your bros. I think that men will get a lot of it.
That's the thing. You need to get together. You need to get together and you need to talk about like
all of the things. All of the
fun
things.
Stuff.
Your wife cannot be your only. No.
I love how this turned into guys.
Guys, take a page from our book.
Come on, guys. That wraps it up for us today. Subscribe to our YouTube channel so you don't miss the next episode. And you can give us 5-star reviews at Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Hasta la vista, babies.
Ciao, ciao.
At Where We Land, we know that some immigrant experiences are harder than others, especially for those in the margins of our current legal system. So if you would like to help, we encourage you to support organizations that provide services for immigrants and champion their rights. You can find a list of organizations in the show notes.